Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and I'm bringing you another battle on the Rated Battle Special VGC 14 Ladder Series. You guys did an incredible job showing the support for the series yesterday and broke 500 likes in less than a day, so here I am with another video for you guys since you guys really deserve it. Thanks so much for all the support, and let's keep it going. So let's hit 500 again if you want daily videos. Anyway, today I'm using, switching up some things. I'm using Mega Tyranitar, a Pokemon that I actually have never used before in my series, I believe, so I'm really interested in trying it out. The rest are all Pokemon I've used, but, you know, bringing together with Rocky Helmet Amoonguss, Citrus, Belly Drum, Azumarill, Choice Scarf Salamence, Leftovers, Aegislash, and Safety Goggles Rotom Heat. My rating right now is currently 17-15 apparently. I think I dropped a couple of games earlier today. Once again, I haven't found a concrete team that I've been a big fan of, so I've been trying out a bunch of things, but sometimes when you just put things together, you end up losing because you're not very familiar with it. But I'm going to find an opponent from Japan, 1749. Opponent's team is going to be Gyarados, Garchomp, Talonflame, Kangaskhan, Aegislash, and Amoonguss. So, right away, I know Tyranitar can actually be great in this matchup, especially if he gets a Dragon Dance up. It can beat the Aegislash, it can beat the Talonflame. I have Amoonguss on this team specifically to redirect attacks away. He does have that Garchomp, which I'm scared of, but I think Salamence here will be a great lead for me, so I'm going to definitely go with that. And I kind of want to go with Rotom Heat as my second one, though Azumarill would be great too. As Amoonguss as well too, actually. This is one of the cases where all my Pokemon do a pretty good job against my opponent's team, so figuring out what to bring is pretty difficult. But I kind of like, oops, showing you guys my Rotom there. I kind of like Rotom, just because I get the Intimidate off on both Garchomp, on basically his entire team. Intimidate's huge in this match since he's got all physical attackers other than Aegislash and Amoonguss. Amoonguss not really an attacker in general. I'm debating between Azumarill and Rotom Heat. Leaning towards Rotom Heat though, but Azumarill can offer a lot of pressure right from the start. I'm going to go with Azumarill actually. Obviously I have Tyranitar in the back, and I think I want Amoonguss as my last one, just so I could redirect attacks away. Yeah, I'm going to go with Amoonguss. Alright, so let's see how this goes. I think Mega Tyranitar is a Pokemon that can really work well if you give it the proper support. And I'm hoping that Amoonguss and Salamence, in terms for Intimidate, can give it the support it needs, but let's see. My opponent does have a couple of Pokemon that scare me in Garchomp and Gyarados. Garchomp, of course, gets the super effective Earthquake. Gyarados does have Waterfall, but that's what I have attacks to redirect away for. So I'm going to lead with Salamence and Azumarill against my opponent's Kangaskhan and Gyarados. So I originally was going to lead Rotom Heat, but now I decided to bring in Azumarill since my Rotom Heat actually doesn't have the Citrus Berry it normally does, because of course I need to cut it for that Azumarill. So he's going to get the Intimidate off. I'm going to get the Intimidate off first, obviously because I am running a Choice Scarf Salamence. Now this is pretty tricky. He's definitely going to want to Fake Out, but the question is, what does he want to Fake Out? I think I'm just going to go for the Draco Meteor onto the Kangaskhan and go for a Play Rough. I just want to get as much damage off, honestly, as possible right now. Kangaskhan most likely going to Fake Out the... I'd anticipate him faking out the Salamence and then double targeting, let's say, maybe an Ice Fang from that Gyarados, but I'm really not sure. But we're going to see the Fake Out from Kangaskhan. Let's see who he targets. He is going to target Azumarill. Okay. So I am going to get a free Draco Meteor off, and that's always really good, especially against a Mega Kangaskhan. Draco Meteor is fortunately going to connect here, so getting that damage to start the game off is really, really good. And that's huge. Gonna do around 60% there. Let's see what Gyarados does. Gyarados going for the Thunder Wave. Wow. That's a move I just have not seen on Gyarados very often, but it's actually one that makes a lot of sense. Gyarados is a great support Pokemon, as Azumarill is going to flinch here. But yeah, like I was saying, it's a move that makes a lot of sense, and I think it's really good on it, to be quite honest. So now I know I have to be even more careful because that Gyarados can just spread Thunder Waves everywhere. I anticipate the Kangaskhan switching out here. I'm going to go for a Draco, I think, and a Play Rough onto the Gyarados. So if Kangaskhan doesn't switch out, then I could just pick up the KO with Draco Meteor. This is tough, this is tough, this is tough. Alternatively, I could actually switch out Salamence and bring it back into Amoonguss and protect with the Azumarill. But I'm just going to try to pick up the KO onto this Gyarados, go for a Draco there, and go for a Protect, I think, with Azumarill. Yeah, let's go for that. See, scout out what my opponent wants to do. But he is going to withdraw that Kangaskhan, so I did anticipate that. Aegislash coming in. Okay, so great switch in by him there. Azumarill is going to protect here, hoping to block this Thunder Wave away from this Gyarados. Let's see what Gyarados opts to do. Yep, it does go for the Thunder Wave. Salamence is going to be fully paralyzed, actually going to help me more than hurt me here. Now that that Aegislash is in, I am very scared. Aegislash is a Pokemon you never want to deal with. I do have Tyranitar to deal with it. I probably should have brought in Rotom Heat in this matchup, but seeing Gyarados definitely intimidated me in a literal sense and a figurative sense. I'm going to go for the Draco here and the Play Rough onto the Gyarados, trying to get as much damage off as possible. He is continuing to... Oh, wow! He actually predicted a switch out from that Salamence, so because I stayed in, he did not target my Azumarill, and I'm going to get some free damage off, which is incredible. That Play Rough going to bring him to around, do around 40%, bring him to around 60%. This Draco Meteor is going to connect. Let's see how much it does here. Of course, I am at -2, so I'm not expecting very much, but any damage onto a Gyarados is always good. You see there, it is carrying Citrus Berry, an item that I definitely expected. And I did manage to get some free damage off there, but still not in the best of positions, as this Gyarados having Thunder Wave is actually incredibly annoying. And I do not have many good ways to actually beat the Aegislash right now. I'm going to have to rely on Mega Tyranitar to close out the game for me. I really want to get in Mega Tyranitar right now, but I just can't afford switching. Especially, I definitely cannot get it paralyzed. That would basically lose me the game, I think. This is tough. I think I'm going to try to knock out the Gyarados here with another Draco and Play Rough double target. Let's see. Gyarados still predicting you to switch out there, interestingly enough, as Aegislash is going to stance change. Wow, that's a fast Aegislash then, as it just goes for a Flash Cannon. Always good to know how speedy it is. I don't think that should knock me out, but let's see. Yeah, I'm able to take that relatively well. And so at this point, I'm glad I'm leaving my Salamence in. It's one of the, points of sometimes your opponent just the Play Rough Avoid. That hurt. Salamence going for another Draco here. Obviously not going to do much at -4, but yeah, interesting of him to continue trying to paralyze that Salamence, because obviously he's predicting a switch out. It makes a lot of sense, and fortunately things are working out better for me because I'm not deciding to switch out that Salamence, but I think it's finally time to withdraw it. I'm going to bring in a Moongus here. And he may anticipate this and just double target my Salamence, expecting to protect this turn from Azumarill, so I'm just going to try to knock the Gyarados out here with the Play Rough. Let's see if this actually works though. If I were in his position, I would definitely just target the Salamence slot, seeing how Azumarill did not protect last turn. He is going to Waterfall here. Oh, into Azumarill. Okay. So that's going to bring me down to 44 HP with the critical hit, as he does go for a Flash Cannon. Let's see who he targets. Okay, so he did target a Moongus. This is what I was expecting. Gonna do a fair amount there. Hopefully this Play Rough connects. It does. Let's see how much this Play Rough does. It is enough to knock out that Gyarados, so that's great. So great turn there as I bring the game down to 4-3, but once again, this Aegislash just spells out trouble for me, especially since my Azumarill is currently at -1. But I'm in a pretty good position right now, especially because Kangaskhan is severely damaged. Excuse me, guys. It looks like he's going to bring Kangaskhan back in now. And knowing that the Aegislash is faster than Azumarill is good knowledge. I'm still very surprised by that, but I don't know my Azumarill speed tiers too well. Aegislash you just normally expect to be so slow, running the quiet 0 speed variant, but people have started to use faster ones. My brother, Brendan, actually used a Automized Modest with like 68 speed EVs to, if you don't know, Automized doubles your speed, so he used that to get the boost, and then he would outspeed Garchomp and Talonflame, and he had a weakness policy too. So, Aegislash a Pokemon that can really range in terms of speed. Now here, I think I'm just going to go for a Double Protect to block the Fake Out and see what he wants to do. Scouting Fake Out is always good. And Double Protecting is always a pretty safe play, especially against a Kangaskhan, since Kangaskhan's a Pokemon that often just goes for the Protect. The Fake Out, excuse me. But let's see what he does. Yep, Kangaskhan does go for the Fake Out into a Moongus, as he does try to fire off another Flash Cannon into my Azumarill. So here I think I'm going to try to knock out the Kangaskhan with a Rage Powder. He's probably going to want to... yeah, I'm going to Rage Powder here because he's going to definitely do a physical attack onto that Amoonguss and go for an Aqua Jet. That plus the Rocky Helmet damage should take it out. But it's not exactly the safest play because I do lose my Amoonguss as a result. However, it is, I think, really worth it to knock out the Mega Kangaskhan right now. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to KO there, but... yep, he is going to faint from this Rocky Helmet. Unfortunately, because I am intimidated, I'm not going to be able to knock it out with just the first Rocky Helmet, so I think I'm going to lose both of my Pokemon here, so we're both going to go down to 2-2 after this turn. But let's see. So, both of our Pokemon fainting. He is going to go for another Flash Cannon onto his Azumarill. His Aegislash is just doing work right now under that substitute. And this battle's going to go down to 2-2. He's in a great position right now because my Salamence is paralyzed. If my Salamence weren't paralyzed, I'd feel fantastic right now, but because it is, this game just got a lot harder. Let's see what his last Pokemon is as I bring in my Salamence and my Mega Tyranitar. It looks like it's Garchomp. Okay. So that's not good. Yeah, I definitely should have, I think, played Team Preview a bit better. Amoonguss was nice, but I think Rotom Heat might have actually been the better pick this game. Still not over yet, but he's in a fantastic position because my Salamence is paralyzed. So, get the Intimidate off onto Garchomp, which is great. And now there are two things he could do. He could just protect King Shield with the Aegislash and go for an Earthquake / Dragon Claw. Or he could actually attack with the Aegislash. I kind of want a Fire Blast with Salamence. I want a Salamence Fire Blast to knock out the sub. And then Dragon Dance? He's definitely in the driver's seat right now. This is such an important turn, and it's one of the times where I wish I had more than 45 seconds to think it through because there's so many options. Alternatively, I could protect with my Tyranitar and Draco Meteor the Garchomp, but I anticipate Garchomp protecting this turn. You know, I'm gonna Fire Blast and go for a Dragon Dance. But let's see. Ugh. Decisions. I'm really hoping I see a Protect out of that Garchomp, but... Oh, Garchomp just going for the Rock Slide! What? Gonna do good amount to my Salamence. I'm gonna flinch too. That's probably gonna seal the game up for me as he goes for a Flash Cannon. Yeah, onto the Salamence. Let's see if that knocks it out. Yep, it does. So really nothing I actually could have done that turn at this point. Salamence was definitely fainting, and Mega Tyranitar was going to take a knockout there. You know what? I'm going to go for a Dragon Dance, hoping that he King Shield with that Aegislash, and hope for some Rock Slide flinches at this point. He is going to Stance Change there. So let's see if Mega Tyranitar can clutch the battle out. That flinch was unfortunate. I think if I were at +1, I'd still have somewhat of a chance. Still not the biggest, not put in the best position, obviously. This is one of the cases where my opponent... It was a case of not my opponent playing exactly better, but he had a great team matchup. As you see that my Mega Tyranitar actually takes it very well. But right, this is like I was saying, he had a great team matchup, he played well, and I wasn't making the plays that would allow me to optimize. And once I set the other way from Gyarados, I knew I was going to be in a lot of trouble because speed control is so huge. Now I'm just going to go for a Protect on the Tyranitar, even though it's kind of a lost cause, excuse me. But maybe I can bait him into Stance Changing here, let's see. Dragon Claw into the Tyranitar, and he is going to Stance Change. Of course, he needs to hit me with super effective move. He needs to hit me with Earthquake with Garchomp if he wants to KO. So he's going to Flash Cannon here. And I'm going to hope for a flinch here with Rock Slide, hoping to break out of that substitute. Oh, and it's going to miss the Garchomp. So we had the avoid, the miss from, the flinch earlier on, the avoid here. It's going to break the sub, but Garchomp's most likely, he's going to be able to knock me out with the Dragon Claw and a Flash Cannon here. Of course, my chances of winning that game were so slim anyway. I needed to get the flinch there, survive this Flash Cannon, and then continuously flinch. But Mega Tyranitar, unfortunately, not able to do anything in this battle as it's just KO'd. Of course, I brought it up at pretty much the worst time possible, but pretty close match there. Well played by my opponent, very well played. Had some things go against me within the play rough miss and the flinch, but I think my opponent definitely played a better game, especially just from the start bringing the right Pokemon while I neglected to bring Rotom Heat. Rotom Heat is a lot harder to bring when you don't run the Citrus Berry on it, but that's what it is. Anyway, that's it for today's battle, guys. Hopefully I can get Mega Tyranitar to work in the next battle, which of course if you guys get 500 likes on this battle, I'll upload tomorrow, if not whenever I can. Anyway, that's it for tonight, guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace!